Welcome to the video series on the Ryan-Wide Services Report, otherwise known as the RSR. Each video provides an overview of a topic related to the RSR, which is reported to the HIV/AIDS Bureau within the Health Resources and Services Administration. This video will help you choose the best software for creating the RSR client-level data file given to your organization's current data management system and resources. As you may know, in the RSR, you're required to submit de-identified client-level demographic, service, and clinical data. You must upload these data in a specific XML format with each client assigned an encrypted Unique Client Identifier, or EUCI. The objective of this video is to help you identify a software solution for submitting this file. We'll walk you through the basic steps required to convert your source data into the correct XML format, with an EUCI assigned to each client record based on your organization's data management environment. Providers and grantees use many different methods to collect and store data. We've identified 4 main approaches listed here. In Approach 1, users capture the required data elements in a system that directly exports these data in the correct XML format. These systems are called RSR-ready systems. In Approach 2, users collect all their data on paper charts. In Approach 3, users collect their data electronically, but in a non-RSR-ready system such as Epic or GE Centricity. In Approach 4, users collect some data in an RSR-ready system and other data in a non-RSR-ready system. For example, maybe the user collects clinical data in an EMR, such as Epic, and case management data in Careware. If you only use an RSR-ready system, you're in luck. Your system creates a client-level data XML file for you. Your main concern is that you're entering the necessary data correctly into the system. The steps for generating the client-level data file depend on the RSR-ready system you use. Learn where to obtain information on generating the file from the Target Center website. If you don't collect any data electronically, consider adopting an RSR-ready system. The sooner you adopt an electronic system, the better, because you can input your data over the course of the reporting period, instead of all at once before the submission deadline. HAB offers Careware free of charge. Use the link on the slide to download it. If you capture the RSR client-level data elements in a non-RSR-ready system, you have 2 options. One is to use TRACS, which replaces TREX and RxRex, to create your client-level data file. TRACS is an easy-to-install, self-updating application. You import your client-level data in a specific format into TRACS. TRACS then converts that data into the compliant XML file. First, you input your data into your non-RSR-ready system as usual. When you're ready to create the XML file, you extract the RSR client-level data from that system, then format those data into TRACS' 12 CSV files as input. Then you import these files into TRACS. Finally, you run TRACS to generate the XML file. You can download TRACS and a user guide with a detailed description of this process by following the link on this slide. The second option for non-RSR-ready system users is to build your own client-level data XML file export function. While both options require some programming resources, the second one definitely requires more expertise. If you go with option 2, make sure you follow the requirements defined by the XML schema and use the EUCI application, which creates and encrypts the UCI data from elements in your system. Download the schema and the EUCI application through the links on this slide. If you collect some data in an RSR-ready system and other data in a non-RSR-ready system, you have several options. 1. You can continue to collect your data in both systems and then manually input all the data from the non-RSR-ready system into the RSR-ready system. You can then create your XML file from there. Though double data entry is time-consuming, this might be the only feasible option for providers with data entry resources, but no programming resources. If you have programming resources, you may save time in the long run by electronically importing data into the RSR-ready system, as opposed to manual data entry. For Careware users, the Provider Data Import, or PDI, the HL7 interface, and the data translator can help you import data from your existing system to Careware. You can also submit multiple files, one generated from your RSR ready system and one from your other non-RSR ready system. You can use Trax to create the file from the non-RSR ready system. Once you've uploaded the files to HAB, HAB will merge client records in these files based on the EUCI. Now you might be wondering, what do I have to do to make the XML file given my current data processing system? There are 5 main steps you need to complete to generate your client-level XML file. Depending on the system you use, some or even most of these steps might already be done for you. First, you need to add the correct fields to your data collection system. Then, you need to collect the data. After that, assign each client an EUCI based on his or her demographic profile. Once you've completed these steps, you generate your XML file and test this file to make sure it's in the correct format for uploading to HAB. We'll walk through each step and tell you if you need to do it based on the system you have. In step 1, you have to make sure your system can capture all the data elements required by the RSR report. You won't even have a chance at submitting a complete data report if you don't have the ability to collect the data you're looking for. This step is only a concern to those of you who aren't using an RSR-ready system to create the XML file, as all the data elements captured in the RSR are already in RSR-ready systems. If you don't use an RSR-ready system, make sure you understand which data elements are required for the RSR and that these elements are captured by your data collection process. Go to the Target Center website to download the instruction manual and the required data elements for the client report. Once the required fields are in your system, they won't be magically populated. So the next step is collecting data. Everyone must collect data, regardless of the data management system you use. For tips on collecting high-quality data, refer to the data quality video, also found on this website. For questions about data element definitions or reporting logistics, contact the Data Center via phone or email. In the third step, each client must be assigned an EUCI. If you use an RSR system or Trax, those programs will assign the EUCI for you. For those of you who are creating your own export function, make sure you download the EUCI generating application from the Target website. You can do so through the link on the slide. In steps 4 and 5, you need to develop and test your XML file. While everyone must generate an XML file, RSR-ready systems and Trax have a built-in function that will export your data in the correct format. Only those who don't use an RSR-ready system or Trax will have to create the XML export function. Really, everyone should test the XML file for schema compliance. You can do this through the Test Your XML feature in the RSR web system. If you are a vendor or grantee only and don't have direct access to the Check Your XML feature, you can contact the DART team and we will set you up. Do it early to correct problems before the deadline. Now, let's summarize our options. Clearly, using an RSR-ready system requires the least investment on your part. You don't have to do anything except collect data. For organizations that collect their data on paper, consider adopting an RSR-ready system. You'll only need to train your staff on the new electronic system and collect your data. For non-RSR-ready system users, Trax is a good option. You'll need to make sure that your source system captures the required data elements and you're collecting the data. Of course, you'll also need to extract these data from your system and import them correctly into Trax. Those of you who are mixed system users have several options. You can collect data in your non-RSR ready system and then enter it again in the RSR ready system. You can also collect data in your non-RSR ready system and then import it electronically to an RSR ready system. This requires you to build or adopt an import function. Finally, you can generate 2 files and upload these both to HAB. Now, we've come to the end of our video. Please contact us at data.ta@caiglobal.org if you've got any questions. Thanks for joining us.